All right, good morning, everyone. I want to welcome you to our third grade coaching session. We're going to talk just a little bit about STAR prep this morning and get you on your way to success for the STAR. Couple of reminders for you. Um, Please make sure you're using your data to give you clues for instruction. That means those checkpoints that you've been taking, the benchmarks that you've been doing, even your monitoring as you're pulling small groups and conferring with kids. Use that information that you have to teach to know what you want to teach. So be strategic. Think about what you want to teach and what's going to get you the most bang for your buck. Also, I really want to encourage you to make sure you're sticking with your schedule. Right now, everybody's kind of feeling the pinch and thinking that they need to, maybe veer off the schedule a little bit, especially with third graders. You need to make sure that you're staying in your schedule and keeping that routine that they are very used to. It will keep them a little bit more calm in this stressful season, and it will give them the reassurance that they kind of know what's happening. Make sure that you're pulling small groups when your kids are off doing independent reading and independent writing. That's not the time that you're checking your email or doing your attendance or straightening up the library. That's when you're pulling those small groups. So if you need to, go ahead and create yourself a little mini schedule for the week of what groups you're going to pull for independent reading time and independent writing time. Do that and even post that schedule. Those third graders are going to help you remember that you're going to pull them on Wednesday, or their group is meeting on Friday. You want to have that. Also, make sure that you keep modeling those good reading behaviors, especially during your read alouds. You want to start including your star talk or your test talk during your read alouds, and you want to model that over and over and over again. So model your thinking, thinking through the question and how you find an answer to a question. Also, please make sure that you are involving parents. Give them a couple of the question stems, and I've shared those with you up in the upper right hand corner. You'll see that there's a file called All. Those are all the question stems, and I've also included some inference question stems that you can send home to parents and give them a chance to involve in the prep for STAR. And also let them know it doesn't necessarily even have to be with reading. If they're watching a movie, they can ask questions about characters. They can ask what they're inferring that might happen in the movie or the TV show. So get them really talking with their students about what's coming up. I just want to remind you kind of where third grade priority is right now. Our number one area is vocabulary development and sensory language. So again, that's going to pull in that read aloud, give lots of opportunities for kids to hear language and for you to explain what it is. Also, main idea, theme, and summary. Those are some big ones right from the start that you need to make sure that every day you're touching on those and talking about those. Here's just a reminder about strategy groups, a little chart that you can create that gives you kind of an idea of what kind of groups you want to pull. Again, look at your data, think about what your students need. Every class is going to have a different chart because your morning class is going to be different from your afternoon class, which is going to be different from the teacher next door to you. So take some time to make yourself a schedule for your strategy groups. I also want to call your attention to the fact that I put some conferring in here. This is definitely important because your higher readers that you're not pulling in strategy groups right now, you want to encourage them and keep them moving in the right direction. So make sure that you're conferring with them during the week. Just continue them thinking about their reading and them making sure that you know that they know that they're reading. This week I sent out a revising invitation to all of third grade. I want to encourage you in your writing workshop to give the revising invitation a try. It was originally developed for second grade, but it has some great activities and great guidance for choosing word choice. And again, you all know that reading and writing go hand in hand. So this is a great opportunity for you to, again, strengthen word choice, which we know vocabulary in the reading part is a big part. Um, And so, if you want to borrow this Franny K. Stein book from your second grade teachers, I'm sure they'd be glad to let you use it. You can use it as a read aloud and then use these revising and editing invitations. I just wanted to remind you again, it seems like we're having a little bit of technical difficulties, but that's okay. We're used to that this week. I have some vocabulary PDFs up in the upper right-hand corner. If you want to download that, there are words that we have gleaned from the STAR test and other tests that are frequently used on standardized tests. So you might want to print those out, give those to parents or caregivers, or if your kids are going to special after school tutoring, you can give it to those people just to start using that vocabulary that they're used to. Um, yeah, Kristen, the book was called Franny K. Stein, and second grade got four copies of it. You're welcome. Um, the other thing that is not showing up on my slide is the access to Project Share resources. Um, we have been out videotaping teachers doing the editing invitations and pulling small groups. So if you have the chance, go to our Project Share page and watch some of those videos that will give you some great ideas for strategy groups and revising and editing invitations. I also want to remind you about Words Their Way. It is our word study program. You should be doing it in third grade. It will cover the third grade spelling teaks that they need to know, and it will increase their decoding. So, again, I'm going back to that vocabulary that they need to have for the reading test, and it's only going to make things better. So, if you haven't started yet, Monday's a perfect day. If you are using it, make sure that you are giving students the chance to orally say the words as well as sort them and talk through why words are sorted the way they are. Couple of resources for you. If you don't have your Reading Star test sitting out on your desk, make sure you grab that. You need to be very familiar with the questions and the way they ask the questions, and you should know those kind of forwards, upwards, and backwards and upside down. Make sure you grab that STAR test. The units of study lessons, you can always go back into any of the units and find a lesson and reteach it, or read the lesson and maybe it will inspire you for another way to teach a strategy that your students need. Your fourth grade teachers received a book by Linda Hoyt. It's a nonfiction strategy group book, and they are using it in fourth grade. But I'm sure if you can sweet talk them, you can look at that book and get some ideas from some strategies or for strategy groups. Also, your IS has reading camp lessons, and those of you that are involved in reading camps know that we have specific lessons written for strategies, and there are test questions. You can always use those in strategy groups also. Remember good old iStation. Not only can your kids use it and benefit from it, but remember that there are specific strategy lessons that are written out for teachers. So you can go into iStation and get some ideas for strategy groups. The revising and editing PowerPoint that I sent and our videos are also some resources for you. I also just wanted to take a second to remind you to be giving your students specific praise. Let them know what they're doing right. So, as they're reading, as they're working on their reading or thinking through their reading or in a strategy group, make sure you're giving them specific praise. I really liked the way that you went back into the text and noticed that a character did X, which shows that they're this kind of person. Or those kind of things so that they know exactly what they're doing that's right. Also, please send some notes home. We need some good notes going home right now. And there's a document up in the upper right hand corner that's called I'm So Proud of You. I took the little picture of this guy that's on my slideshow, made you a page that you can print out really fast, slap a kid's name on it, put a happy face, and tell them that they're doing a great job with reading and send that home. We need to have positive influence on our students, and our parents and caregivers right now. And this is just an easy way for you to do that. One thing I used to do in the classroom was print them out, write everybody's name on one of them, and that way I made sure that everybody got a good note home by the end of the week. So you could start that on Monday morning, and by next Friday, everybody in your class will get a good note home at least once. You may have noticed that I was sending you a subliminal message throughout this session. I want you to pull small groups. Please make sure that you're taking time, especially during independent reading, to pull those groups and meet with kids one-on-one. If you have any questions or anything that I can help you with, you know you can always email me and I will do what I can. Good luck with the STAR test and have a great weekend. Thanks, everyone.